Hey, day 84. Here we go. What is the area of the trapezoid? We remember with a trapezoid that if we were to double this and then flip it over, we would get this shape, this wannabe shape right here, which is a parallelogram. So we know we can go base times height to get our parallelogram. But we have to remember that we only want half of that size. Plus, it's a little tricky how we're going to get our base because there's two different, there's a longer base right here that we have to get. So the correct formula for our area of trapezoid is 1/2 base plus base times height. And that will give us our trapezoid. So let's plug in the numbers we know. We know the bases are, I'm going to change colors now. That's 5 for a base. And that's the other part of the base that gets flipped over. So it's 5 plus 2. And then the height, we don't need the 3. We need that 90-degree angle right there to tell us what the height is. So the height is 2. Parentheses always go first. So it's going to be 1/2 times 10 times 2. Half of 10 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 miles squared. Find the area of, this is a triangle. So we're going to go 1/2 base times height again, aren't we? So 1/2 times 4 times 3. Half of 4 is 2 times 3 is 6 feet squared. 3 lessons ago was that parallelogram. Find the area of a parallelogram. We know area of a parallelogram is just base times height. So we're just doing 5 times 13, which is 65 feet squared. Make sure you have that feet squared on those last 3. All 3 of those, our last 3 lessons have been area. So make sure you have the squared, squared, squared. All right, let's go back to last chapter. Which ordered pair is a point on the graph? Okay, so here's our XY chart. If you want to see it, look at it better this way. Then here's your X, here's your Y. So it goes 1, 8, 2, 16, 3, 24, 4, 32. So basically that becomes X coordinate is 1, Y coordinate is 8. Okay, so looking at that, no. 324, yeah, look right there. Boom. There's your answer. 8 and 16 wouldn't work. It should be 2 to 16, huh? And then 32 to 4. That one's wrong because that would look like this, 32 and 4. And that is not, 32 t-shirts do not cost $4, right? This was the t-shirts, this was the price, so that's not correct. But 4 t-shirts, if this was 432, that'd be correct. Because the X is the t-shirt, the Y is the price. 4 t-shirts for $32 would be correct. But that says 32 and 4. Okay. All right, let's do some graphing. So when I graph and I create my XY chart, I always choose these numbers down here, and I usually go with 1, 2, and 3 because those are the easiest ones to do. Okay, so let's plug in 1 for X. 2 times 1 plus 1 would be 2 plus 1 would be 3. Plug in the 2. So now instead of 2 times 1, it'd be 2 times 2 plus 1, which would be 5. Plug in a 3. 2 times 3 would be 6 plus 1 would be 7. Okay, so now when I graph it, that 1, 3 is over 1, up 3. Over 2, up 5. Over 3, up 7. If I wanted to know where it is along the y-axis, I would add 0. Plug that in. 2 times 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. So I could also put one out. 0, 1. And then I have a beautiful straight line. If you are graphing one of these equations and it does not form a line and it goes like this or something, then you know you've done something wrong and go back to the drawing board. 10 lessons ago, is t equals 9 a solution? Do you remember what solution means? Is it an answer to the inequality t is greater than or equal to 10? So if t is 9, that means I can replace it with a t. Is it true? Oops. Is it true that 9 is greater than or equal to 10? No. So no, it is not a solution. It'd have to be either 10 or 11 or 12, right? T has to be equal to one of those to make it a solution because that is the greater than or equal to sign. What equation does this model? Remember we did these, and these long ones were x's, and these littler ones were just counted as ones. So what we have here is 4 x's, and what we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 15, 20. 4x equals 20. Now if it said to solve, then you say, all right, well, x equals 5, doesn't it? Simplify. Okay. Simplify means I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. I'm going to see if I can get it down to less than 4 terms, correct? So I'm going to look at all of my C's. I have 10 C's, and then I have a minus 6C, which would leave me with 4 C's. And then I have 5D, and no other D's, so I'll just bring that term straight down, plus 5D, and then I just have a plus 15, a constant. That's right there by itself. So simplified, I can get it simplified down to 3 terms instead of 4 terms, but I can't really do anything besides that because C and D and the constant can't combine at all. They are different terms, unlike terms. Ooh, 40% as a fraction. Oh, I remember that percent means I can change it to per 100. And then I just need to simplify it. Divide by 2. And that would be 2/5. Awesome. And then as a decimal. Oh, Dr. Pepper. So it's a percent right now. So I need to go backwards to the left twice. So 0.4 is the decimal, 2/5 is the fraction. Oh, that's kind of fun that I still remember that. It's really cool. All right, what is the opposite of 12? Oh, remember this? Okay, the opposite of 12, remember, is negative 12. And then the opposite of that would then be positive 12. So we're just back to where we started. Burm, burm. Opposite puts you back right to where you started. Rewrite 45 plus 18 using the distributive property. Distributive property. Ooh, remember what I want you to remember? In the game Angry Bird, the Angry Bird gets shot through to the pigs, and the pain is distributed. That's a pig, by the way. The Angry Bird distributes the pain through, right? So we have an Angry Bird, and then in parentheses, we have pigs inside. Okay, do you remember what the Angry Bird is? The Angry Bird is the greatest common factor, isn't it? How do we find the greatest common factor? Greatest common factor, we birthday cake it up. So 45 plus 18, I can pull out a 9. 9 times 5 is 45, 9 times 2, 5 and 2, well 2 is prime, so I think we're done, huh? So that means the greatest common factor is 9, and the pigs inside are 5 and 2. And I can check it by distributing that Angry Bird through. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 2 is 18. That's what we started with up there. So the correct answer is 9 times the sum of 5 plus 2. Good review, guys. That was fun.